till this day, I still find it really interesting that Hillary Clinton blames WikiLeaks as part of the reason why she lost, or Russian WikiLeaks as she calls it, because when WikiLeaks released John Podesta's emails, it really seemed as though there was this concerted effort to conceal these emails from getting out. I mean, we all remember the infamous segment from Chris Cuomo on CNN where he told us that it's actually illegal for us to look through these emails, so you have to let CNN dig through these emails and tell you what's in them. And of course, they found nothing, no bombshells. Now, also, we saw that article from Vox where they implied that there was nothing here. I mean, all that these emails reveal is John Podesta's recipe for creamy risotto. I mean, nothing to see here, folks. Move along. No rigging of the primaries. There's nothing. And additionally, it seemed as though certain hashtags like hashtag DNC leak and hashtag Podesta emails were being hidden away on Twitter. Now, look, I'm someone who I didn't necessarily know whether or not this was the case. I remember talking about the Podesta emails on Twitter and just seeing that hashtag vanish, but I just thought, look, there's nothing to be said here. But a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters and progressives rightfully pointed out the fact that, hey, this kind of looks weird. It looks like a conspiracy, like Twitter is trying to conceal these emails. Now, those progressives, they were right to be skeptical, but nonetheless, they were still labeled as conspiracy theorists. Well, it turns out that progressives are right about another thing. Twitter actively concealed those emails and the hashtag that pertained to those emails. So according to Colin Kombacher of Law News, he reports, Twitter admittedly censored large amounts of information referencing Hillary Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta and leaked emails from the Democratic National Committee published prior to the 2016 presidential election. In prepared testimony before the Senate Subcommittee on Crime and Terrorism delivered on October 31st, Twitter's acting general counsel Sean J. Edgett acknowledged this large-scale effort to hide political information by noting, before the election, we took action on activity relating to hashtags that have since been reported as manifestations of efforts to interfere with the 2016 election. Edgett made a point to reference Twitter's efforts to hide highly sought-after information related to the DNC. He wrote, with respect to hashtag DNC leak, approximately 23,000 users posted around 140,000 unique tweets with that hashtag in the relevant period. Of those tweets, roughly 2% were from Russian-linked accounts. As noted above, our automated systems at the time detected, labeled, and hid just under half, 48%, of all the original tweets with hashtag DNC leak. In total, Twitter is effectively admitting to have hidden roughly 64,000 tweets referencing the leaked DNC emails. The total number of tweets using hashtag DNC leak from Russian-linked accounts hidden by Twitter was less than 3,000. According to Edgett's testimony, this process was largely automated and done under the auspices of spam detection. Edgett also referenced an even larger campaign to block thousands of references to Podesta. He wrote of that effort, in the 2 months preceding the election, around 57,000 users posted approximately 426,000 unique tweets containing variations of the Podesta emails hashtag. Approximately 1/4, 25% of those tweets received internal tags from our automation detection systems that hid them from searches. In sum, Twitter's censorship of Podesta-related information blocked users from viewing roughly 106,000 tweets with the Podesta emails hashtag. Edgett attributes Twitter's reasoning for hiding the Podesta-related tweets from Twitter users simply by reference to the source of their publication, WikiLeaks. So this is huge, and make no mistake about it, this is censorship. And I love the reasoning he cites here that, they hid the DNC leak hashtag because they were trying to hide any hashtags that were viewed as efforts to interfere with the 2016 election. So a discussion by your users, most of which were legitimate users, just talking about the Podesta emails, that was an interference about the election. So in other words, political dialogue is now tantamount to election interference in this country. And they hid the Podesta email hashtag because the source was WikiLeaks. They were actively trying to cover up for Hillary Clinton's campaign. How crazy is this? And I no longer feel crazy foreseeing that the Donna Brazil hashtag, when she was trending, when she released her bombshell about the DNC, that just all of a sudden disappeared like that. So since Twitter now has a history of covering for the Democratic Party establishment, I don't think I'm no longer unreasonable to call out these hashtags that suddenly disappear. So look, I understand that Russian bots, that's a problem. I think spam in general is a problem. But the result that we're seeing from sites like Twitter and Facebook even is censorship. In order to stifle the prevalence of Russian trolls, we are headed down a path of censorship, and that is a slippery slope. So, under the guise of trying to save democracy, they are hurting democracy and restricting debate and discussion about a very relevant release of documents that showed how Hillary Clinton's campaign undermined democracy. This is insane. I don't know how Twitter can say this and not issue an apology. This is now public information. They actively hid hashtags at the behest of Hillary Clinton's campaign. And yet Hillary Clinton has the nerve to come out and say that WikiLeaks was responsible for her losing to Donald Trump. The media, now social media websites, Hillary, they all did your job in trying to downplay these WikiLeaks revelations and hide them away from the public.
Support this podcast by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Humanist Report.